Hi everybody, this is Susan. I'm going to help you set up your WordPress site. So the first thing you need is an account, obviously, and you will have to verify your email, so don't forget about that. Then what you want to do, if you already have a WordPress account and you already have a site, is just go to My Sites or Switch Site, and then come down on the bottom and you can just add a new site. Okay, and then as soon as I do Start Now, this should be generally where you end up if you're just starting a new account, like if you've never had a WordPress account before, although it might ask you some questions and you can just skip that or fill them in, but you'll end up here. So what's the most important thing to understand about your domain name is that it doesn't matter. Okay, your domain is your URL. It doesn't matter unless you're going to take this site and really launch it and make it professional, and that's when you would buy a domain, right? And you would try to get the domain as close to your site title as possible. It doesn't matter for the free version. They're going to add on WordPress.com anyway. You might end up with something a little clunkier, or it might not even resemble what your site is about. And it really, again, it doesn't matter, okay? Your URL only matters for us to be able to get onto the site and see what you've done. So you're going to have to play around a little bit. Like you can even just do your name or some variation of your name. Because if you're doing something with like travel, it's going to be hard to, getting a travel domain is a little trickier because there's, the more competition you have. But let me just try something. I'll just do Susan. How about this? I'll do travel with Susan and let's see what it gives me. Because now it's going to tell me, oh, well, see, you could get a dot. I don't know why I would want dot photos, but they're saying our recommendation. No, thank you. I'll take the free one and look how awful it is. 818, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, again, it's trying to get me to go travelwithsusan.com. Oh, that looks nice. It's only $18. Just forget about it. I would probably go back up and try something else. Travel with Susie Q. Let's try that. All right, that's better. So I'm going to take that one. So just play around until you get something that's decent. But again, don't worry if it doesn't fit with what your site is even about. So the next thing that you need to do is pick the free plan. So obviously it's going to be here. Now, there is a part where WordPress tries to trick you after you make your site unprivate, you'll be brought back to something that might look like this. We'll see it probably in a minute. And just make sure you just stick with the free site and you'll be fine. So the first thing that you do is you end up here. This is new. They just added this for like a checklist, and this is fine. You can totally use this, but basically all that this is going to do, creating a site name and a menu, is just going to take you into your customizer. So you might as well just go into your customizer. So everything that you do on your site, like for menus, to change the look, anything you're doing on the home page, any kind of thing like that, it's going to be your customizer menu. So let's do. So your site identity is where you're going to put in your title. So whatever you're calling it, you can change this. It doesn't matter. You can put in a tagline, and there's also, I guess I'm not sure where the logo would be on here. So, and you don't have a logo anyway, so don't worry about it. Just save the changes. Just always remember to do that when you're doing anything on your customizer, and then this will take you back. Now, I am going to show you how to set up your menu. Now, we're going to pick primary. We automatically have home, blog, about, and contact. Now, if you, for some reason, and not every menu is set up quite the same, if you had to add a menu item, so let's add your resources page because you're going to need to do that anyway. You're going to need a resources page, so I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to add that. And there it is. You don't have to keep the contact page and have a contact form if you don't want. You can just get rid of that. All right, and then so you have home, so you can make your home page a static page, or you can make it just where it's going to be your blog. So it can seem a little repetitive to have the home page very similar with the blog, but just leave it for now. And then you must have an about as its own menu item. So if you don't have an about, add that and add it on and have it be home, blog, about, and then resources. Just save the changes. And one thing before we leave this page, I forgot to mention, you should make sure that this is clicked, the primary, because that will put it at the top as opposed to being in the footer. And then don't worry about the social links. We'll do that one later. And again, so just save the changes. And then we're going to go back out. All right, so I'm back here now because I came back out. Let's launch the site, because this is where they do try to trick you a little bit. They say your site is private until you launch it. So, okay, let's launch it. And now it's asking me for the site address again. And really what it's trying to do, it's trying to trick me into getting this domain name again when I've already done it. So when you come back out here, just choose the one you already did, do skip purchase, continue with the free site. And I just got thrown off of my account, so I'm sorry if that was a little bit of a weird jump cut there. It was not on purpose. So I'll stop this video here, and then I'm going to show you how to work with themes and do some more customizing in the next video.